Hello, and welcome to our Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 commentary. Uh, they finally, I guess, saw fit to...
I love how the WB logo is all fucked up.
Yeah. Little post-apocalyptic WB logo. I'm like, okay, so they finally broke up one of these long-ass movies into two, and the damn thing's still 2.5 hours! Holy shit!
Yeah. That sounds horrible.
I know. And right away, you got Bill Nye. Not Bill Nye the Science Guy, Bill Nye the actor. I know, they're the same name. Fuck yeah. And I love how now you're kind of seeing the adult world finally kind of like responding to all this, and not just a bunch of kids who are being forced to handle this on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Probably the.
And it's kind of, this is interesting here. Like we see the Muggle family murdered. It's just a lot like when you see like a lot of like in different areas, different parts of the world. Say goodbye to them. But when you see, okay, like
he's
when
old now.
I know, but when you see certain groups kind of who know normally kind of cling to the shadows, and they're these very kind of specific groups of people, and they don't feel they have a lot of power, so they cling to themselves. But when they kind of feel like they have leaders now who are in power to kind of hold their interests, they feel more emboldened. So when you start seeing acts of violence, well, now we can kind of go out and lash out the way we want to. It's kind of sad to see their little house now.
I know.
But they can lash out now because there are people with power who kind of have our back. And you're seeing,
This is like the saddest opening.
I know, this is the only time you see her parents, too. Again, I always kind of wanted to see their perspective on it. I mean, I guess with the movies, they kind of have to. Yeah, it's just sad. But yeah, no, that headline right there, because not.
Well, that's the thing. Can she undo it?
I think she can. I think that's why she's doing that. It's like a temporary thing. But right now, if they don't remember her, they're not going to be
targeted. Yeah.
Yeah, or they're not going to be out. They're not going to be worrying about her.
Yeah.
It's funny, just like kept going back. It's just weird. Like, why?
I know.
I kind of think maybe he does it too because that's what his parents would have wanted, especially his mom. That was his sister. I mean.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, I know like there was a lot of like hate crimes towards Islamic people, and there were a lot of attacks, and they would burn their mosques, things like that, because these people now felt like, okay, yeah, there's people who are kind of have power now, who will kind of shield. Yeah, it's our time. We can now act out the way we want to. So when you see that kind of thing, it's like all these dark wizards. Remember what I was saying before, like, oh, let's not attack the Muggle world because we don't want to instigate. Well, now they kind of feel like, oh, okay, Voldemort's back, so we can now kind of, we can strut our stuff. So yeah, let's go murder some Muggles. Because why? Because fuck it, because we can. That's why. It's that attitude. So again, it's when you see life imitating art and then art reflecting life too, you realize that, these kind of fantastic stories, that which makes them fancy, they have Snape coming in with style. But I'm just saying, yeah, basically you realize that you strip away all the magic, the wands, and the fantasy, and these stories are very real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really just the aesthetic that separates it from real life. That's what makes it entertaining. But when you get past all that, what they're dealing with, the consequences, the fallout of all this rise of, this, dark power is, it's basically just,
Yeah.
megalomaniacal people, who think they are better than other people and therefore can do whatever they want to them because they look at them as subhuman, basically.
Yeah.
And I love how Voldemort now, because now he's in power, he's no longer like, that whole thing. But yeah, no, it's interesting too because now again, look, you have Voldemort sitting at a seat of power.
Yeah.
Now, was this somebody in the books? Because he's introduced in this movie.
I don't remember. Again, it's been a long time since I've read it.
Because again, obviously, a lot of these people, I'm sure, are probably more prevalent in the book but the movies are a lot of
Yeah.
these kind of movers and shakers and kind of the shady world we're now kind of rising to power. But it's interesting now because right here, Voldemort seems very kind of calm but Voldemort's basically like a sociopath. He's very again he can be very look how kind of charming he is. Yeah, and then he has these moments. But you see what I'm saying? How he snaps like that.
Yeah.
He's only calm when literally everything is in place as he wants it to be. If like one hair is askew, you know what I mean? He snaps like he's sitting in a.
I love her. She's such a good actress.
I know. But look at him. He's sitting at a seat of power. He has some of the most powerful families in the Wizarding World at his command. Everything is just as he wants to. Suddenly, there's something that disturbs the ambiance in the room, and he snaps.
Yeah.
For like a split second. And that shows you just how dangerous he is. Yeah, now they're explaining about the wands.
Yeah.
But again, therein lies the difference in what makes Voldemort and Dumbledore so dangerous. Dumbledore, I got a little rough there, but
I know.
Dumbledore was extremely powerful, but he was very calm and in control. Voldemort is not necessarily the most powerful wizard, not as powerful as Dumbledore, but he's a powder keg. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
God, he looks rough.
I know. And it's kind of interesting, too, because it's like, this is what he always wanted.
Yeah.
I love how I kind of mocked him, too, there. And it just kind of goes to show you that they serve him, they want power, but it's like, he doesn't respect any of them.
No.
He doesn't have, like, fealty to, they're just tools to be used. Like, him taking the wand from him is basically, it's a symbol of basically him taking his dignity.
Yeah.
It's like,
and
it's like basically it's like let me just take your dick from you. Like that's kind of what it feels like when he hands the wand over to Voldemort. He's basically handing over his cock and balls. Essentially,
yeah.
He's
well,
basically
again. I mean, for the most part,
a wand
that's
is
his
very
ability to do
personal.
magic too. So,
yeah.
while Voldemort has it, he can't do anything really.
Exactly. He's he's essentially neutering him.
Yeah.
All these people wanted to rise to power, but it's really just Voldemort rising to power. You know what I mean? Everybody else here is just.
Look at his hair, so fab.
Have we seen her before?
I don't think
She's
so.
And that's again that kind of that idea of like we're better than you. Even though the irony is that's exactly what he is. Mm-hmm. But he hates his background so much because again his family abandoned him, right? Wasn't that how it worked? Like why Voldemort hates his family?
It was. I don't remember which one was. Yeah, one of them was.
And I think, Draco is seeing too, like, okay, all that pomp and circumstances you were throwing around at school, like, mudblood, muggle. Well, to be of that attitude, of that mindset, this is what you do. This is what you have to do. So it's almost like.
Yeah, it was his dad that was a
muggle.
A muggle.
But did he abandon him or?
Well, remember the parents died or whatever. He was orphaned.
But again, it sounded like he resented them for that. Like he felt like abandoned. The other way you could almost look at it too is, and this might be kind of a weird way of looking at it, is that, he felt because his parents abandoned or he lost them, he felt abandoned, and it was the Wizarding World where he kind of found where his abilities were not treated as freakish; they were celebrated.
Well, and his mom was a descendant of Salazar Slytherin.
Yeah, but again,
so.
I'm kind of thinking like the wizarding world is where everything that made him a freak in the human world has made him good. So he kind of by I think default vilified the Muggle world because there he was a freak.
Yeah.
Whereas the wizarding world, so basically wizards and magical,
Well, again,
humans
it's
are
kind
superior.
of the similar thing to Harry, just he didn't have the high and mighty.
Exactly. So I
viewpoint.
think he's like, well, I felt like garbage when I was a quote unquote Muggle, and I feel good when I'm a wizard. So therefore, all things Muggle are bad. All things wizard are good.
Yeah.
Therefore, we shouldn't mix them because if this good thing mixes with this bad thing, it'll dilute the good thing. So he gets his attitude of like, we should mix with them. We shouldn't, and that's what Hitler was doing with the Jews. He was
Well, and
saying
it's
they
not
are bad.
just him. I mean, obviously that kind of mentality had already existed.
Oh yeah, but
he
he
just
was
adopted it.
exactly. But I think it's because of his background. There was no source of good. Hey, just weird saying Hagrid in our world.
I know.
But yeah, that's all I was saying. It's interesting when you think about it that way. And it's weird. Where this is the first time we're really seeing him.
Who, Moody?
Yeah, because
No,
before.
we saw him before.
Well, yeah, but before
Not
when
a
he
lot,
was, but it wasn't him.
No, we saw him in the 5th movie.
Very little.
Well,
And
yeah,
that's the older brother, right? The one with the.
and then what's her face?
Yeah. So he's a werewolf now too, right? So he studies dragons, and he's
No, that's not Charlie. That's Bill.
so there's another. Oh God,
Yeah.
there's so many Weasleys.
Yeah, I know. I love this part. This is my favorite.
Yep. It's kind of interesting. God, look how big Hagrid is. I know. Oh, this part is so creative. And it's weird now because now they're gonna be adults.
This guy.
I like how we got like a bit of a black market back alley because again now too they're kind of desperate, so now they kind of have to kind of consort with
Yeah.
these more seedy types. I love that. It's like it gets kind of fun because now it's not all school and proper and da-da-da. So is it just coincidence that those two ended up together, or is it because of the Tri-Wizard tournament?
Well, he wasn't there, I don't think.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how, I don't remember how they met.
I love when they start transforming here. It's so
I
strange.
know.
He just drops down. Shows you how far the special effects have come.
Oh, I know.
It's so weird when they all start.
I love it with her. She's my favorite.
God,
I
oh my
know,
God, look at her.
Hermione. Yeah, his eyebrows are so intense.
I know. I don't think the voice doesn't change.
That's my favorite.
And it's funny too because Daniel Radcliffe would have to have shot all these
Oh, yeah.
scenes individually. I love this part. It's so sweet. Mad Eye's just like not having anything with a sentiment.
Oh, Hedwig.
I love that motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Little sidecar. God, look how big Hagrid is.
I know.
I just feel like Hagrid has an enchanted like machine. I always thought that's so sweet.
He would, though. Can you imagine Hagrid on a broom?
I know. I guess so. You know, he barely fits on that thing.
I know.
It's so cool. I love it. So they can all see those things now because they've all seen people die, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the sad thing, but
And then he's got his, like, weird,
he's such a sad.
almost motorcycle broom.
I love this bit right here.
I know.
I say that a lot. I love this bit right here.
except for-
Everyone should, like, every time I say these commentaries, I love this. Whoa!
Yep.
But yeah, every time I say I love this bit, everyone should, like, take a shot.
Us included.
Wow.
Hey, that just means it'll get more entertaining as it goes on.
I know, right?
And we'd like it more and more.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
So people can see them right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people are seeing all of this then, right?
I would think so, yeah. Yikes.
Again, I guess I keep going back to that's my question. Why is, like, the Prime Minister, and I'm sure other members of, like, Parliament, not taking action? Because, again, all this stuff is spilling into our world now. Look at this.
Yeah.
They're causing fatalities and injuries to non-wizards. So I'd be like, okay, guys,
God. Poor Hagrid.
you're not, keeping this shit separate. Especially now that wizards are targeting.
Oh, no.
I know.
No. Poor Hedwig. Every time.
I know.
Asshole.
Did they know who it was? Which one it was?
I don't think so. Just like, why Hedwig?
And now we're seeing the connection. So I take it like this means a transport. It's beyond having a broom, right? Like you don't even need a broom anymore to do this. And why are they? Because again, I know like you saw the other members of the orders. I love how it kind of did it on its own.
I know.
That's a cool shot.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why Voldemort's wand... There it is. There's that, yeah. But yeah, so the reason why Voldemort's wand and Harry's, they can't, like, kill one another is because they're made from, like, the same source.
Yeah, they both were like twins. They were like the same wand, basically.
They're made into... Oh, I love how you saw the force field, or the barrier.
Yeah.
So that explains why wizard homes are kept secret. There's a barrier around all of them, right?
I'm assuming, yeah. I mean... God, they really overshot it again.
A little bit. I look like Hagrid whenever I shower. So I guess they fixed up the place.
Yeah.
What was that little place we saw them in before then?
No, that's the same place. It's just, it's all built up.
Oh. There we go.
I know.
Ooh.
He lost his ear.
I love how you see the transformation slowly fading.
I know. Okay.
I love how now they are so paranoid. Now
I
it's
know.
like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And it's scary because that's a real thing because they can do what they do, they have to like,
Yeah.
yep. Again, I love how they're like, you can see they're strung out. Again, it's so sad that we can see them. Again, now that we know what that is, it's so representative of like how the tragedy of all their lives. It'd be kind of interesting to see like this, like something to discuss it, like saying that now these creatures are being noticed by more people now because of this whole event. A lot of people have seen a lot of people die.
Sorry. Third wheel mode engage.
Honestly, it would kind of be interesting now. Everyone at Hogwarts would probably be able to see them too, if you think about it. By the end of this, well, the next movie, I guess.
Poor Mr. Weasley.
It's terrible here because it's kind of foreshadowing.
I know.
It's almost worse that it happened. But they had a close call too.
It's like, you son of a bitch.
So there's. That was so strange that Mad Eye again. Could they just not get? Well, no, he dies in the book, obviously, but it's just weird. Like he dies off camera. Like. But then again, it's maybe one of those kind of showing you that it's war.
Yeah.
In every death is not some big glorious, scene in a movie. People who are super important and they're right there, and suddenly, boom, they're not. They're just dead. They just, and I think that's what they're trying to show. Like, yep, oh, look, Mad Eye. Oh, guess what? He's gone. Just like that. Yep, that's how it is. Any one of us can
that's
just.
The thing, and because it's kind of from Harry's perspective.
Yeah, he wouldn't have seen it. I mean.
Yeah.
I guess in terms of a movie, they could. I'm actually kind of impressed they didn't do that because I figured it's a bigger actor, one of the bigger characters. Like, oh, maybe they would show him being killed, but it's like like you said, But again, I think it works because it's war. I mean, you can have someone who's super important, and all of a sudden a bullet comes out of nowhere, boom, dead, just like that. No, it's completely unceremonious. There's no build up. It's just done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's just trying to show, like, hey, Mad Eye's with us. And it's like, yeah, guess what? You're never going to see him again. The last time you saw him was the last time you'll ever see him. And that's it. There's no grand meaning to it. He didn't die gloriously. He just got taken out.
He died because Mundungus left him.
And you can tell the guilt is just weighing on Harry now. He just cannot stand the fact that people are dying from him. I mean, think about it. The reason he's alive today is because somebody died for him.
Yeah.
And he hates, and that sits on his shoulders like all day, every day. And again, he makes a good point because now, I mean, Harry was always kind of the key to unlock, but again, it was really Harry was just a means to an end. This is the end. Voldemort is essentially rising to power. This is what he wanted. So in theory, he doesn't need Harry anymore. Harry.
Well, because he's the one thing that can take him down.
But again, I still don't get how that works. Like, if you destroy the horcruxes. And then just Avada Kedavra Voldemort. Like, are you telling me he's Avada Kedavra proof? Like, it wouldn't work? Only Harry saying it, for instance, would kill him? That's what I still don't understand. Is it like he's...
Well, technically it's because he's the last Horcrux, but they didn't know that.
Well, does Voldemort know that, though?
No.
Okay, but that's my point. So to Voldemort, Harry's nobody now. Harry's just a guy that, for whatever reason, got lucky and something that his mom did.
But I think it's one of those things, the prophecy came about because...
But who came up with this prophecy?
It was the Professor Trelawney. Remember, she had the seer blood.
Yeah,
in her?
but did she create it or did she just see it? Like she just can kind of see what's going to happen. She didn't create
she
it.
like sees it, but it's something that's like gonna happen basically. And even though they don't know it yet, because he is a horcrux, you know, when he dies and then
He makes Voldemort mortal. So is that what they mean basically?
I
That
think so.
why Harry's one? It's not like physically he's the only one who can kill him, but he's the only one who can
It's like
make
this-
Voldemort mortal.
Yeah, I think that's what it means.
So again, so if Harry dies, and I'm doing air quotes by the way, people, and becomes no longer a Horcrux, then yeah, in theory, I could walk up, put a gun to Voldemort's head, and blow his brains, and he would die. Whereas if Harry didn't die, I do that to Voldemort, and he technically would come back again. So that's what they mean that Harry's the only one who can destroy him. It's not like a literal like Harry's the only one who can physically kill him. It's just Harry's the only one who can make him mortal, basically.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes
Again,
sense to
it
me.
wasn't-
I get that. It's just when it's like, oh, Harry's the only one who can destroy him. That's basically like saying, like, everyone in the world can shoot me with a gun and I won't die. But if you shoot me with a gun, I'm dead. That's what I kind of initially took it as. But okay, that makes more sense.
Oh boy. Oh.
This is always a lie, folks. A girl asks you, can you zip me up? She can zip her own damn self up.
Actually, it's pretty difficult.
She's put that dress on before.
It's difficult
she
though.
wants
It's a lot easier if somebody else does it.
She wants you all up on her. Nah. Yeah, no, she wants you to zip it. Look how easy he did that. That wasn't hard at all. Zipper wasn't stuck or anything. She's just like, yeah, that's what's up. She's like, yeah, Harry, that's what I want. Harry, get that? Yeah. Harry's just like, fuck yeah, I've earned this.
Oh man.
Look how he creeped in all weird, like
I know.
like a big cat. I gotta go.
I think this is the first time we've seen Arthur without like a fuck ton of robes and shit on.
Yeah, well, something tells me he's not going to work.
I know.
I love the shot, how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Minister of Magic, would that be their equivalent of their Prime Minister?
Yeah.
Like that big? So that'd be like if the President came to our place.
Yeah.
If the President came to our place, I would not let the President in. Kind of interesting. He had a living will. The Illuminator. And I love how everything here is kind of a play on words.
Yeah. Basically, Ron, we know you're gonna run away.
Yeah. Well, it's because he knows them
so well.
so well that he just knows exactly.
Also, I love this to call back to the first thing we saw in the very first movie. Dumbledore used it.
I can see that being used like in a video game.
Yeah.
Like a room where there's no light, so you literally have maybe like 2 light flashes or whatever, and you can have to constantly light your way through. Instructive. Yes, it's always all.
Her face.
And it's funny because they grew up in the Muggle world.
Yeah.
They don't know this. That's like asking them about the Berenstain Bears. Remember guys the Berenstain Bears? No?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Look at his little face right there.
okay.
Thanks.
I'll take the snitch.
No Elder Wand, no super duper magical bazooka wand, no, nothing. Oh, snitch, okay. I mean, it's gold. I guess I can hawk it, right? Yeah, I kind of killed a basilisk with it too. So just saying, badass points alone mean that thing's mine. I'm sure that's a complete coincidence.
I know. Are you gonna fight it for me? Doing a pretty bad job so far.
I'm gonna okay, so you're absolutely right. I'm kind of tired of fighting this war on my own. Are the grown-ups gonna finally step in? Jesus Christ, we're what on? In terms of like the books, this is what book 7, movie 7. Like yeah, let's not fight it alone. How about you guys come and lend a hand? I'm just saying that would be nice. Like maybe if you guys did this sooner, the Dark Lord wouldn't have come back at all.
Right?
What do you think of the dress?
I like it, but it's funny. There was kind of a whole controversy about it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's actually basically like a... I don't want to say a blatant ripoff of an actual like designer's gown that was, from an actual designer. Like they didn't buy the gown, they just recreated it like exactly.
It got put in Harry Potter. You guys, which means more people now are going to know about your damn dress than they would if it was you.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard about it. I forgot how weird her dad was.
I know, it was like a hippie. Look, he's right up on him too.
I know.
I just love how it's almost wondering. It's scary. She's so aware.
Yeah.
She seems like she's clueless, but she's incredibly aware of
Yeah.
all her surroundings, and she's so brutally honest, but not like in a mean way.
She's blunt. She's honest and blunt.
Well, almost like she doesn't have a filter.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that social norm where it's like, again, like Harry doesn't want to talk to us. He's being polite, and she's not lying. It's exactly what's happening. But where we would never say that, we would just pretend like, anyway, I gotta go.
Yeah.
She just says it because she sees it and she calls it out. It's like basically, so if you don't want Luna saying anything, don't let her know you see it. You know what I mean? Interesting coat he's got.
I know.
Who? I wonder if we're gonna see her in the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Maybe.
Now that Dumbledore is coming into the play.
Yeah.
I was gonna say come into play. Then I wanted to say come into the fray, and I said come into the play. I could have just glossed over it, and you guys probably wouldn't have noticed it. But because I'm so self-deprecating, I decided to point it out. You're welcome.
Don't tell me that.
Well, no, you really didn't. That's the thing.
You knew him for 7 years.
You knew him as Dumbledore. You knew him as how he was relevant to you. You know, that's how you knew Dumbledore. But you didn't know Dumbledore you didn't really know Dumbledore the man.
Time for some wedding crashers.
That's cool,
so
though.
to speak.
Again, died off. Got this big actor, killed him off screen.
Party over.
I love that's like this little emergency black box they
Yeah. Didn't have much of a warning, that's for sure. They're just like, not again.
But again, like, and again, I'm not just trying to hate on this because again, I do like this. I do love Harry Potter, but my thing is like, oh, whoa! I love that shot was always in the trailers.
I know.
Oh, real quick, right here, for Ron, this is his first time seeing this, right? I mean, I'm sure he's seen pictures, but look, this is Ron in the Muggle world. This is new to him, right?
I didn't think about it, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been to London a million times, but he's never been to like our London.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Again, they live close to us, but they don't really live with us. I mean,
Yeah.
like for Ron, like this is like, oh my God, where the hell? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, let's say Japan. You know Japan exists, but you've never been there. All of a sudden, someone like snaps their fingers, and you're suddenly in the middle of Shinjuku. You'd be like, yeah, you recognize, you see pictures, but it's different place, different way of speak. You know, everything is different. You know what I mean? So you'd be like, holy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like how they came back to the same.
I know.
I don't know what that is.
And that's the funny thing. He has no. Think how weird it is for him to not see any magic anywhere.
Yeah.
I kind of feel for him. That's kind of the equivalent. Again, if you go to if you're a white person like me, I'm 6'4", 265-pound white guy. Okay, I go to Japan. Everyone looks very different than me. And let's say I've never been to a place like that. Oh, that doesn't look suspicious at all.
I know.
You know what I mean? So for Ron, this is kind of a culture shock. And I like how we're kind of now seeing the fish out of water story slightly from a different perspective. Oh.
It's like, oh shit. And naturally, you've got this. Can't hear.
I always hate when they do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you would hear that.
It's like I wear headphones at the gym, right?
Noise canceling headphones.
Yeah. I don't even, and I can hear the conversation. I can hear people talking casually, like 10, 15 feet away from me. If shit's popping off like this, you're going to know.
Okay. I didn't like this job anyway.
I know, right?
My cappuccino.
I just thought of something funny. Ron took out the light. He probably the reason why he did that, the way he did, he probably doesn't understand how a light switch works. I mean, again, it's little things like that.
Well, he's got it too. Might as well use it.
Teabag him.
I'm gonna take a croissant while I'm here.
All right. Yeah, might as well. You're going to be on the road for a little bit. But here's my thing. Again, going back to the ministry. Do they not have any kind of military? There's no police force? Like if a...
That's what the Aurors were. Kind of.
So they just get taken out? Like, how effective are they if they can just be overthrown by a bunch of bad wizards? Isn't that what their job is, to counteract these guys? Like, again, I'm not hating on this. I'm just curious. I'm like, okay, like, shit. I mean, there's no military. I guess not. I guess they don't have like a military in the wizard. Because, well, think about it. You have wizards in all these different countries, but they're all unified.
Yeah.
There's no warring factions. I mean, you have dark wizards. Like, it's more just like dissent.
Yeah.
But it's more like, a sect. I'm just waiting for someone who's a big fan of Harry Potter to start like a black metal band or a death metal band and call them the Death Eaters.
I feel like that's probably...
It's got to exist, right? And there'll be a nice little callback here to.
Yeah.
I love how now dark and
I
not
know.
inviting it seems. When you.
That's not spooky at all.
Yeah, but wouldn't Snape what would that do?
Make him feel bad, maybe?
Well,
I don't know.
I was thinking if some way somehow a Muggle stumbled on it, they would think it's like a ghost or something that's haunted. I don't know.
Well, they had no way to get in there.
I
though.
guess, yeah. Oh, the fade to black.
Yeah.
Okay, Harry's you still connected to Voldemort, and it's almost worse now because now Voldemort's not this kind of cryptic, kind of slightly disembodied. He's
Yeah.
there, he's active. So now Harry is kind of privy to all his more nefarious dealings, which is really sucks for Harry because he can't even sleep.
Yeah.
He can't even get a good night. He can't even rest anymore because when he closes his eyes, he's made audience to some of these horrible things that are being done, and when he's awake, he's on the run. So really, there's no rest for him, and I think it's kind of after a while, that's going to work on your nerves
Oh,
really
yeah.
bad. Interesting they use a handheld camera. It's like an Addams Family thing. But this movie is interesting in the sense that even though Dumbledore's technically not in, we see him. The actor plays him in this movie, obviously, in different ways. But the character is dead.
Yeah.
But it's almost like now it feels like this movie in a weird way is more about him. Oh, there's another character coming this that I forgot that's related to Dumbledore, and I completely forgot about him. But it's really interesting when you realize it. I love this little bit. God, see, take another shot, folks. I said it again. Seriously, you guys are gonna be so fucking drunk.
Poor creature.
I love how Harry doesn't even care, and Harry just has no patience for him. It's just look how it's kind of sad that when you see how they are. He's so.
I know.
But is it there? But does he want to be that way? Again, I'm still so confused about the house elves. Should I pity them or should I
I mean,
fuck him now.
I know.
Never mind.
That's the problem.
This one's kind of an asshole.
They even said before, in the last movie, or 5, he was like, oh, creature faithfully serves the, black family or whatever, So I don't know if it's one of those things where he's been doing it so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
some of
no,
them
but-
don't want to be released. It's just kind of their nature.
But Sirius even said too that he was kind of an asshole too. He wasn't
Yeah.
nice. He's not like a
Well, it's
dog.
because he doesn't like mudbloods.
So he's a racist. Alright, fuck him.
Yeah. But that's because of the family, though. That's what's the family's mentality. Besides.
Yeah, but still doesn't make it right. So
Well,
he's,
no, but look
Okay.
at Dobby. Dobby didn't feel that way. And,
exactly. So creature's a piece of shit.
yeah.
How does he eat?
I don't know.
His nose gets in the way, I would imagine.
He probably just gets his nose in his food too.
Oh, love that countryside. It's gorgeous. With that mist. Oh, cloudy skies, mist, countryside. Yes.
Fucking Neville. This guy.
Looks like a freaking Sith Lord right
I
here.
know.
Looks like Darth Tyrannus.
I love that
Really?
guy. What
Really?
a douche.
Yeah.
Look, he's like a man now.
I know, Neville's boss, man. Like, Neville, think about it, since movie 1, Neville was not putting up with shit.
And I love it too because it's so funny because out of all of them, I feel like Neville was the one that kind of became the most, like, adult. Is that the right way to put it?
Yeah.
Like, he looks the oldest.
And look how she just fell in line with him. That's what I'm saying. She's attracted to power. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking Umbridge. Die in a fire.
But right there, if everyone pulled out their wands and said Avada Kedavra right there, couldn't they just... But then again, it's like anything else. When you have a bunch of, 20 soldiers lined up and they all have guns, yeah, if the 500 people in front of them charge, yeah, they'll get them. Yeah, sure, the soldiers will kill the first few wave of people, but ultimately they would be overcome. But nobody wants to be those first few wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how you keep people in line. Oh, Ron, something else you're not good at. This is kind of sweet, though.
I know.
I like how she's teaching him music from our world. Again, I love this. I guess my real complaint is that they don't focus on this enough. But I guess it's not really about what the story's about. But I'm really curious to see kind of how Ron feels about being in this world, because this is a world he's been side by side with his whole life. It was right there. Yet it's kind of like you live on a street your whole life, but you've never once crossed the street. You've never gone to the other side of the street. It's right there. You can see the other side, but you've never crossed the street. And I kind of feel like this is what it's like for him. It's the other side of the street.
Dobby.
And I was going to say, when we seen Dobby here, look how good he looks.
I
now.
know.
When we first saw him in
He was terrifying.
Chamber of Secrets, the CGI, I mean, it was good for the time.
Yeah.
But obviously, yeah, it's... Even though, you look at, what's his name from Lord of the Rings that Andy Serkis played? Who am I talking about here? From Lord of the Rings that Andy Serkis plays.
Gollum?
Yeah. Gollum looked better than Dobby, I felt. They were on the same time, but I always felt, Dobby wasn't as good. But now, it's so weird seeing Dobby, and look how well he's rendered.
Yeah. And does he have shoes now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have shoes before.
Well, I think it's to indicate that he's
he's free.
Yeah.
Still wears that pillowcase, though. It's the look.
I guess so. It'd be kind of funny if he's wearing a little pinstripe suit and all that. Look how Creature's just like...
No.
But to be fair, Creature's loyal now. You know what I mean? That's the thing. He might be an asshole, but he's going to follow Harry's orders.
Yeah.
I wonder who he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure, obviously, for them, they're like, no, anyone but her.
I know. It's like the only person that rivals their hatred for Voldemort and her.
I know.
I almost hate her more than Voldemort.
I know.
Because at least Voldemort, he is what he is, but he's Voldemort. He's this big, evil, dark, black, misty, he's evil. Okay. But her, she is just because she hides. Mm-hmm. She hides as this cutesy, nice, da-da-da-da-da, her face.
Kidnapping, magical kidnapping.
But see, to get
And
to
no one notices.
yeah, to get to their ministry, they have to cross through the part of the Muggle world. So it is interesting that,
Yeah.
in theory, you might be seeing witches and wizards, and you don't even realize it. And I mean, I'm sure they pass through only a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still. Yeah. Right.
Just 1 hour to do it.
I love it when you have to see other actors pretend to be like.
I know.
Because obviously these actors doing it, but it's just so funny that they have to basically act like the characters. I mean, I know it's not their voices anymore, but still, it's
Yeah.
the mannerisms they're trying to capture. That sound.
Yeah. Gross. Oh, I love how this is how they fucking transport themselves.
I'm assuming that's a private bathroom for people then?
I guess for normal people. It's funny, obviously they block the mouth.
Yeah, so they didn't have
But-
to worry about ADRing it.
God, those are some fucking narrow ass stalls.
Oh.
Gross.
Oh,
It's like all real monsters.
God. Remember that show?
You should have said, ah.
Ah! Real monsters. It's funny, you get flushed, flushed down a toilet, and then you come up with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, police with,
Yeah.
wristbands. Sure, that's not at all like the Gestapo.
Her suit.
So you have a room full of basically special police, and now you have a giant edifice where it's like one group of people who are being held down to lift up another group. Again, that's the thing. Now this is Nazi occupied Europe, basically, or Germany.
This guy's terrifying.
He said blood status. So basically trying to see how pure she is.
Yeah.
Again, it's the Aryan race kind of thing, how pure are again, it's just again, this is so strange, but yeah, this really is this is now Germany having been taken over by the Nazis. You have the SS everywhere. Everyone's being filtered out based on their family lineage. It's scary, but I want to tell people this happened. I mean, minus the magic, but all this that we're seeing, this all happened.
Yeah.
And it happened within the lifetime of people who are still alive today. You know what I mean? There are people who are alive today, granted they're very old now, but who remember this happening, which is scary. You know what I mean?
God, that'd be the worst.
I know. His face.
Mm-hmm.
That walk.
I know. Poor Hermione.
Hermione snap her neck.
I know. She's like, save me.
I just love how that elevator goes every which way.
I know. Look at his walk. Oh, gosh. It's like weird-ass Fantasia bit. That's what I always think of.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of feel. Mudbloods in the... Okay. Again, I know I'm probably like a broken record, but during Hitler's, basically when he was running Germany, they would put out like I think it was like a weekly propaganda newspaper that talking about Jews, people who are of African descent. Yeah. But yeah, there was a paper talking about like if you look at like, apes from Africa and people who are black, how you can see they're closer to apes from Africa than human beings. How Jews are actually like subhuman. It was all with this pseudoscience written in these papers talking about basically how they're subhuman basically. They're not like us, and therefore basically it was all propaganda literature to kind of justify treating them as less than human.
Yeah.
So then you see them creating these pamphlets about mudbloods, and it's the same thing. It's basically saying they're not like us. They're not as good as us. Therefore, it's okay for us to treat them as less than.
Yeah.
Again, I never noticed that before watching this movie with that
really?
pamphlet. Yeah, I just never picked up on it. But again,
kids movie.
Yeah, but again, I keep telling people it's like you don't get it.
Muggles attack.
Yeah, all this stuff was coming out of Nazi Germany. It was all this propaganda literature, painting basically anyone who wasn't an Aryan, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed German, as dangerous, unnatural, and a threat to the fatherland. So, look at that. And that's basically what all this stuff is. So again, this all literally happened, minus the magic. It all. God, that girl's tall.
She's standing on the chair.
I don't know. Again, I don't think people realize how that walk
and that look.
I know. I don't think people realize how heavy of a story this really is.
Yeah.
So she stole the horcrux, right?
No, remember Mundungus tried to pawn it off and she took it?
But she's keeping it as like insurance, or does Voldemort know she hasn't?
I'm not sure exactly. I feel like they must know what it is. I can't remember if they specified in the books that she knew what it was for sure.
Because wouldn't it be dangerous to let somebody else know about the horcrux and like the importance of it?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Or would it be something that maybe... Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering, would it might be something like, okay, they just tell her to hang on to this. She doesn't know what it is, but it's somewhere.
And the worst part is because of the effect it has on people, on Umbridge, it's like, oh God, she's already horrible.
Well, yeah, it amplifies the negativity on you. Right? It basically corrupts you. It's basically the dark side of the Force. It just kind of makes twist. Oh, I know, and on her, it's just like, oh my God. And that's her Patronus next to her, right?
Mm-hmm. Kit Kat. Like everyone else.
Yeah, see, now they're basically saying, like, because you're not pure. It's like, again, someone who's born and raised in Germany, in the during that time. It's like because they didn't fit the Aryan standard, you were not considered legit. Yeah.
So creepy how they do
I
it.
know.
I love how they all like just like do they not see the face
I know.
like wiggling?
And it's kind of funny too that I mean I'm assuming J.K. Rowling really describes this in the books too, but like they're really
So thing, shouldn't they be able to phase through anyways? I would think.
well, no, but they're not. They are solid, right?
Yeah, but to an extent, I feel like they should be able to.
But it's funny because again, like they're really, really pure old families. They all kind of have that bleached blonde, kind of platinum blonde hair, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of wondering if J.K. kind of did that on purpose, kind of as
Oh,
like a
sure.
nod to like Hitler's view
Yeah.
of the Aryan race. Because look at all the
By
majority
the
of
way, I love how these clothes somehow still fit them.
it's a little bit bigger on Harry now.
I do feel bad for her though.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for Ron though.
Yeah. Yep.
Here come the Gestapo.
Yikes.
But notice how the majority of these kind of dark witches, they most of them have that blonde hair.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's from like basically selective breeding. Like they only kind of want to mix with the pure families, and it's like undesirable. Yep.
I love how it's not actually doing anything but annoying him.
Good shot.
I know. Oh god. His face.
Oh God! This part.
Yeah. This part.
Oh yeah, I remember. Like something went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So
They had to lose him.
when you go up through there, like you can determine where you go. You can change direction, right? It doesn't just have to take you in one spot.
Well, I think they actually disapparated when they went into
Oh,
there
to kinda-
instead of having just the flu powder or
Yeah,
whatever.
because I was wondering about that. I was
I
like,
guess it's not flu powder, but
yeah, because otherwise those gateways only take you from one place to another. But,
Yeah.
So basically, you're in the middle of one kind of transportation
Yeah.
spell, and you did another one.
yeah. Oh, and again, even disapparating normally is pretty difficult if you're not like experienced and obviously carrying multiple people.
So basically, it's like almost tore his arm off.
Yeah, it like twisted it all out and fucked it up.
Like it's gonna sting a little bit. Oh yeah, because I feel great right now.
Yeah. Splinched.
It also shows you how good of a witch like Hermione is, if she can change. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Motherfucking potions.
Even though
by
I'm
the
kind of
way.
like, it kind of sucks the Wizarding world doesn't share some of this kind of stuff with us. Like,
Oh yeah.
but then again, there would have to be magic. Well, that's the thing. That's not magic. Those are potions. That's what I'm saying. Like potions are kind of like, you don't need to be a witch or a wizard to use a potion, right? You don't need to be a witch or a wizard to use a potion, right? It's all the
I
ingredients.
don't think so.
I think they're magical ingredients or ingredients that are kind of found in the magical world. but it's still just mixing them
Well,
together.
yeah.
So like a Muggle in theory could like mix if they knew the
Well,
right stuff, they could mix together, right?
it might still take some magical aptitude, though.
I don't know. I mean, if
I
it's
mean,
just
for sure, I feel like they could have wizards and witches make the potions and sell them to muggles, but I don't know if that's like.
like I kind of want like the prime minister, like at the government level, like saying, hey, you know, you should give us, in exchange for basically keeping your secret, hey, that thing that can like basically heal a fucking massive flesh wound, yeah, can we have that?
Yeah.
you know, I'm just saying because that's not a magical thing. It's chemistry basically. It's like how it's you just mix the stuff together and it does the thing.
Like, shouldn't you guys, like, strap it down so you don't lose it when it flies off?
God, he looks good.
I know.
Poor guy. Thing's hardy.
Yep.
I guess that's the idea, though.
Well, yeah. You can only something extremely powerful.
Can destroy it.
Why did you think he wanted to give me the sword?
Yeah, it does, Ron. Thanks for bringing that up.
I know.
That's like saying, "Oh, look at that wound there, Harry. Hang on, let me just sprinkle a little salt in there for you." Oh, thanks, Ron. I was thinking about this the other day, and it kind of dawned on me. We're watching a movie with millennials, basically, right? This is probably the only franchise where you have a bunch of teenagers in kind of the mid to late 2000s, and they're not on their cell phones.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of where they are, they don't have cell phones. It's kind of interesting that they're not relying on the. Think about it. They're not using Google. Like, oh, we need to find something. Let's look at. It's what 2008.
Well, yeah.
Let's look at MapQuest, or you know what I mean. It's just interesting that they're modern teenagers. They're not from the past or some alternate world. That. Now, I was always confused about who it was we were seeing there.
I can't remember his name, but I think that's Grindelwald, or however you say his name. The young one that stole the Elder Wand.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, basically.
Well, it must have been when he was younger, because obviously
Well,
we're
yeah.
seeing Grindelwald now in the movies, and he's an
Yeah.
older guy. Although now I'm kind of wondering, for all the flashback stuff, are they gonna like recut the movie and do like a George Lucas and like
Oh, God.
edit in like Jude Law as young Dumbledore and like Johnny Depp as like.
I don't think so.
Well, again, the only problem a lot of people have with the Star Wars movies is that they made those the only cuts you could find now. You know what I mean? And they got rid of the old ones. Honestly, if they wanted to do something like that for this, as long as on the Blu-rays they give you the option: do you want to see the original cut, or do you want to see the special edition cut?
Yeah.
That would have the newer actors cut in for the flashbacks. I mean, I don't mind them doing stuff like that. Give you the option as the audience which one version you want. Really?
Damn.
She's not doing enough. If there's one person who's been doing enough this entire franchise, it's
What,
Hermione.
my pants? No, I'm just kidding. It's not like that.
Hermione,
Or do you
you
want-
underestimate my power.
You're being a real wanker. Just don't give it to Ron.
Poor Harry.
I know.
Again, it just kind of feels like a disease to him, I'm sure. It's... It's big on the inside.
Not by much, though.
I don't know, it's a pretty sweet tent, though. If I had to go camping, I would Again, you guys are gonna hate me. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Okay, Nazi Germany. A lot of the Jews and people were in hiding. They were like radio shows. They would listen to radios that were talking about basically not radio show, but they were like updates.
Yeah.
And they would talk about people who have been apprehended, people who have been sent to the camps. So if you had been separated from your loved ones or your friends, and you're trying to find out what happened to them, one way for you to make sure that they weren't caught by the enemy by the SS was you would listen to these radio broadcasts, and as long as you didn't hear their name, you knew that at the very least they hadn't been caught. So a lot of these families every night they would listen to the radio, hoping they wouldn't hear a name they knew, because if they heard a name they knew they'd been caught.
Yeah.
And what's Ron doing? Listening to the radio. I wonder why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay. Fenrir, weird half werewolf man. What are these guys?
These are just like...
They're not werewolves too, right?
No, they're basically just kind of like essentially bounty hunters for...
Like goons, basically.
Yeah. They're just doing it for the payment. Because I think every, like, mudblood or muggler or whatever.
Yeah. I love that. You can see that he
blood.
can't see them.
Yeah. But he smells their perfume.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I know you're on the run, Hermione, but still. Maybe you should not perfume.
Well, that's the thing. They haven't showered, right? Maybe they... Just lingering.
No. Probably not.
Well, that or
they got
too.
magic spells where they can be like, shower wand magic.
Oh, it could be too. There's no deodorant. They don't have deodorant, so she's just trying to cover up her perfume. They just all reek of cologne and perfume.
I know.
So Fenrir, though, like I thought he was like a dark wizard. So he's just a bounty hunter.
That wasn't Fenrir.
Not that one, but he was with them. He was the one holding the girl.
Oh, was he? I didn't even realize.
Yeah. He's
him.
like with those guys. So I'm just kind of like.
Yeah, they had a name in the books. I can't remember.
Unless that's maybe was his job, and he, Then again, if he has like wizard powers and he's a fucking werewolf guy, that's. Oh, and of course he sees this. Yeah, but here it's like the opposite. It's like the resistance broadcasting this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for him, he's listening to it, See, it's weird how you see them flying overhead.
I know.
It's just kind of cool because they have like powers where they can just fly. I mean, they don't even need broomsticks anymore.
Well, I'm sure that's supposed to be like instead of airplanes, it's just them flying by. But yeah.
So these are muggles, right?
I'm not sure if these are mugglers or not.
Again,
like
it's just...
It's not like you guys were prepared or anything.
Oh, yeah. Now, is that a magic radio they're using, or...?
I'm assuming to some extent. Unless there's just a magic channel on
Unless maybe they're
That
using
is
muggle
awesome.
technology because it's safe.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Because
It might
again,
just
the
have a-
wizards aren't moving through those channels, basically, so they're using non-magic
Yeah.
means to kind of send out secret messages. That's kind of clever for them. Give it my haircut.
I love this part.
It's like, what? He feels the back of his head. Clearly not. So it feels like a weapon in a game. Like you can like when you can add like attributes to your weapon. So now it's like, oh, now it's got now my sword. I just replaced it with basilisk blood, so now it has like poison damage on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it feels like.
And then there's Ron.
Yeah, that's the problem. I kind of like I said. There's only one problem, and then Ron does that.
I'm still here. Poor guy.
Yeah, we know Ron. You.
It's not like you said, "What's Ron?"
Yeah, Ron, what would you rather be doing? God, look at him. I'm just kind of like, can you just take the necklace off? And so
I
you'd be like,
know.
oh, never mind, I'm good now. Well, it's kind of like Harry or Ron. I'm kind of like, it's Harry was only relevant until Voldemort came back. Now that he's back, it's like you said it yourself. It's bigger than just you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Yep.
Shots fired.
It's like you have no fan. Yeah, he's only been doing this for all of you.
Yeah.
And then she goes, okay.
Remember when you said you weren't letting him go by himself?
Well, he said you have no family. If I was Harry, I would have been like, I thought you were my family.
Yeah.
You know, a family is only as good as they are. So if it's like you're telling me
And
I
it's
don't.
shitty around to do this to Hermione too.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying if you're basically saying okay, you have no family, you don't know how it feels. Like, well, maybe the reason I don't know how it feels is because you don't act to me the way a family's supposed to act. So you're not acting to me the way your parents, your brother, your sister acts to you. So how can I know what you feel if, as my family, this is the way you're treating me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, then how can I know? You
Or
love your
Harry.
family because the way they treat you. You're supposed to be my family, and look how you're treating me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Harry does know how he feels, but Harry could have thrown that back in his face. Well, how am I supposed to know how you feel? You're not treating me any better than, like, how are you any better than Malfoy?
Yeah.
Just looking down on me and treating me just like some piece of trash because I'm different than him. Well, okay, well, are you any better? Again, it's not really Ron's. But here's the thing: is it not Ron talking, or is it like when you get drunk,
I think it's more
where it
like
brings
that.
out the true? It basically you lose kind of the filter. You might think something, but you'll never say it. But you get a few shots of you, and suddenly you're just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm wondering if that's
Pull
what
a Nancy.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
This is bullshit. Let's party. I love that scene. I'm not making fun of it,
I
but
know.
that scene clearly shows
The
what
effects of
alcohol does. Alcohol doesn't make you a liar. Alcohol makes you just super honest. So I'm wondering, is that what the Horcrux is doing? That's why it hurts Harry. It's not that Ron's just he's just because otherwise it'd be like whatever, just take it off and you'll be fine. Or is it
Well,
he
I think
knows
it
it's
just
making Ron
brings
honest?
out the worst of you, basically.
Yeah, but the worst is still something that's in you.
Yeah.
You
You
have
might
these
think it, but you wouldn't probably say it.
exactly the good in you keeps you from saying it. But because
Also, as cool of a place that is, that would be horrible to camp on. Like,
well, but I'm sure like the tent has like a fake floor. I get that's a beautiful shot by the way.
I know.
But again, I think that's why it hurts Harry because he knows deep down that's what Ron was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like okay, and for better or for worse, I mean that's it doesn't really seem to be negatively affecting Hermione too much too.
It's because Hermione's just a good person.
Yeah, I think it'll just make it a little bit bitchier of anything, which it'll make Hermione basically.
Yeah.
Whereas Ron, it's making him say things that it's like, oh, really? Is that how you feel about me? I love this bit coming up here. It's so sweet. Because that's the thing. She kind of feels, in a weird way, she's always had a thing for Ron. So I think without him there, she kind of feels naked without him. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah. But again, they're still friends at the end of the day.
Oh,
which is
yeah,
why
but-
they're like, God damn it,
Well, I know,
we
but-
need a little.
But that's the thing. Harry is the chosen one. He's always going to be kind of apart from them in some way, unfortunately. Whereas for, Hermione, the thing she has in common with Ron, even though they're very different from one another, the one thing they have in common is that they're not the chosen one. They, as important they are to Harry, neither one of them have like this manifest destiny. So they kind of lean on each other in that way. Whereas that, but I like how Harry just tries to make her feel good by busting out his best white boy moves.
I know.
But you see what I'm saying about Harry? Why I was kind of said I think he could kind of be a little bit of a player. I'm not saying he's trying to
Yeah.
play Hermione here, but he's kind of a natural ladies' man. I think a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He, like right away, he sees a girl as his friend. She's kind of like he just look at how he treats her. He doesn't sit down and give her a long pep talk. He's like let's dance horribly. Let's dance horribly. But I don't know. I think Harry is a bit of a charmer. He's a bit of a Casanova. You know what I mean? And look, it works. And it's very innocent here, but he does it kind of bust out his charm a little bit
again,
to make
it's
his
like-
friend feel good.
I think it's for both of them, though.
But again, I think Harry, it shows how selfless he is. He's just trying to just make her feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it works for a minute, and then she's like, oh yeah, but Ron's gone.
And that's the thing. Harry knows
I
about
know.
him, and again, I like how Harry he never tried.
She's like, I've been away from my girlfriend for a long time too.
Again, I just like Harry's a bit of a. He's a bit of a smooth player, but not in a mischievous way. And I mean, he's kind of just an old school gentleman, like
He's a charmer.
Yeah, he's a charmer, but he's respectful. He's not like he's not
He's not like a
objectifying.
skeezy guy.
Yeah, he's very like I don't know.
He's like, I miss Ginny so much.
It's like, whoa, buddy. You might want to add another barrier just in your little section of the tent before you get to go to that.
Well, he does have his cloak, right?
So I'm pretty sure this is like a. I don't know. Is this a set right here? Yeah, I think this is green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my thing's cooler. Let's talk about my thing some more.
I kissed a snitch and I liked it. The taste of the magical metal. I don't know. And us being, from the Muggle world, we don't know this.
Again,
Sure,
it's
would
just
be
so.
great if Ron was here.
I know, and then it's just funny because again, it's like these two are a witch and a wizard, yet they grew up separate. So much of what's normal in the wizarding world is still kind of new for them. You know what I mean?
I love how you said you knew who there. Danger is my middle name.
How long is this dangerous as opposed to
I know.
everything that's happened to us since we literally met on the damn train? Like, come on, guys. Like, this is what we do.
You're so smart.
Literally.
Noted.
They would not be alive without her.
No, they really
She
weren't.
is the MVP of their party. Like, seriously. Like, I mean, and they know it too.
Yeah. Well,
Look.
that's why Ron even said it before, and then I guess, that was before he realized how sucky it was going to be.
Like, if it had been just Harry and Ron, they would have never gotten this far. They'd have
They're
been
kind of
dead.
I love the two of them, but the two of them together are kind of bumbling idiots half the time.
Yeah, they really are. That's the thing. They're both great characters, but
Yeah.
Hermione is literally like the. Oh my god! Without her, they'd be so fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of Hermione, and I kind of think they would have lost the war. because so much of what they achieve and figure out it's because of her.
Yeah.
So this is a wizard village, right?
Godric Hollow, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's kind of think about it. He went.
Yeah.
So I was always wondering about that, like, because Lily was Muggle-born, but she kind of just moved into the wizarding world, basically, right? She.
I can't remember what she. I don't think
Yeah, well,
she
yeah,
was.
because think about it. Her sister. That's why her sister resented her because she's a Muggle.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, James was a wizard, like already, like his family was, but yeah, no, Lily was Muggle-born. Because remember what his aunt was saying, like, "Oh, our parents are so proud. We have a witch in the
Yeah, I
family."
forgot.
It's kind of sweet. They kind of buried them together.
Yeah, well, that's how they usually do it.
I guess,
They
yeah.
die together.
Poor Harry. It's kind of like
I know.
it's weird because he's kind of technically seen his parents already,
Yeah.
but in a weird way, this is kind of him meeting his parents
Yeah.
because this is the reality of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got to see and talk to them for a minute. That was really them, right?
Yeah.
But
Oh, God.
I know. But this is like the reality of what happened to them. You know what I mean? The sober reality.
Let him watch. Usually I'm the watcher.
Wow. It'd be so creepy too.
Mm-hmm. That's...
Especially when you find out who that actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the walk that you see, is that maybe just the actor, just because they're old, that's how they walk?
Tonberry Shuffle.
Yeah, or is it because who that is maybe isn't used to walking?
Yeah. Tonberry Shuffle.
Yeah. She's got a big knife under that shawl. It'll take her, 10 minutes to get to you, but when she does, holy shit.
You're
You better
done.
have a ribbon on you. Did he blow up the house too? Or was that like the blowback?
I'm thinking it was the blowback.
Damn. And Harry only had a scar to show for it.
Oh, Jesus.
But again, I'm noticing this now, but look how she walks. Look how she struggles with dexterity.
Look at her fucking creepy ass gaze.
Exactly. Notice how
She
her mouth
doesn't
isn't
speak.
opening. She's having difficulty with dexterity. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I must lure you inside
It's like
my
it's
lair.
difficult for her to move, walk, move her limbs, and I think it's coming across because she's just kind of a rickety old woman.
Mm-hmm.
But again, when you find out, there's a reason why she's not good with her limbs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Again, we're already assuming you've
Yeah.
watched it, so you guys know, but
Yeah, but obviously she's not maybe used to having limbs, so it's a little new for her.
Rita Skeeter, what a bitch.
Wish I could ride as fast as her.
I know. Well, you need the what'd you call it? The quick notes quill
Yeah.
or whatever.
My eyes are not shimmering with the ghosts of my past.
I know.
Mm.
What you got there, boy?
Look at that gaze of hers.
I know. She's so fucking creepy.
You notice how she's not blinking. And she's speaking parcel tongue. Or parcel
Yeah,
mouth.
but obviously she couldn't do it near Hermione. Because Harry probably doesn't realize.
Well, yeah, but that's the only language she can speak.
Oh, yeah. What could be dead and decaying in there? I don't know. Let's find out. God, that'd be horrible. Here we go. I broke her.
Yep, so, surprise, surprise, she was a snake. That's,
It's Naga time.
So is that snake sentient?
Somewhat. I mean, technically it's a horcrux. Baby room.
Oh my god, I'm getting Anaconda flashbacks.
I know.
No, not that horrible movie all over again. I love how they didn't do it.
Woo!
Ooh, how come none of them do ever do Avada Kedavra?
Because they're technically illegal.
Oh my god! Everything that there's like okay.
Listen, they're the good guys, so they don't use bad guy spells.
The illegal guys have taken over like the ministry.
They're good guys, so they don't use bad guy spells.
Well, but again, it's like you'll shoot fucking fire at something. It's like it's the same thing.
Oh,
At least
listen.
technically, Avada Kedavra is more humane because it just makes you instantly dead, whereas you burn something to death.
Again, I think it's like I said we were talking about before, where
And it's like self-defense. It's like, well, Jesus, it's not like you're going out there murdering, but it's like, okay, there's a giant fucking snake trying to kill you.
But I also think
Avada
it's
Kedavra?
like all the people that have been killed with that spell, they don't want to use it because of that reason alone.
Yeah, but that's like saying...
Listen, most people aren't like you and me, okay?
I know, but that's like saying, okay, we're in a shootout, right? There are people shooting guns at us, and I see a gun on the ground. I could shoot back with that gun, but I don't want to do that because it's the same tool of death the bad guys are using. It's pick up the gun and shoot. You know what I mean? It's self-defense. It's just a weapon. It's like, I mean, Harry stabbed a giant snake in the brain with a sword. How is that any more merciful than Avada Kedavra? It's like Avada Kedavra is just a weapon. Make to use something dead. A sword is a weapon. Why do you make weapons? To kill things. So if you can like stab something through the brain, you can cast a spell that equates to the same thing. They're dead either way. So I'm just saying it's like Avada Kedavra, bitches. Like I don't know.
It's pretty bad when Hermione says that, by the way.
Yeah. Well, again, this whole experience for them is a very sobering one. And it's forcing them all to...
Yeah, so that was him. Here's a preppy little thing.
Again, I think it's maybe one of the reasons why they decided to set the Fantastical Beasts...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. I was sitting on it, hoping if I sat on it long enough... He's like, well, now we're even more screwed. Woohoo! I need to be grouchy.
But yeah, I was gonna wonder, is that why Fantastic Beasts maybe takes place when it does, so Grindelwald can be older? Because obviously they'd be a bit of a continuity error. Then when you see there's that kid, and there's Johnny Depp who looks nothing like him, but because Johnny Depp is like what in his 50s, it's like okay, the character's already older, so it explains why he doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
Although it's kind of funny though, because we're assuming that Grindelwald is English, like Dumbledore, like all these people, but nope. Apparently he's American.
Yeah.
Because Johnny Depp plays him with an American accent, so yeah, he's not supposed to be.
Unless he's just trying to blend in with the locals.
I don't know, but then again, it's one of those. I kind of like the idea.
Man, here we go.
Yep.
Motherfucking Patronus.
Hashtag motherfucking Patronus. I love the effect though. They do it now.
Oh, I know. It looks so much better. It's come a long ways.
Yeah.
He's like, am I going crazy? Oh, when you...
So is that's his Patronus, right?
Whose?
Harry's.
Nope.
But didn't he have the same Patronus as his dad?
That's a doe. His was a stag.
Oh, that's right.
Do you not remember whose Patronus that is?
Oh, I'm gonna be a bad fan. It's not his mom, is it?
No, he thinks it is, but she's dead.
Well,
Who else is there? Who else?
you mean Hermione?
I'll give you a hint. Still Severus? Always.
Oh, that's right. I remember now.
Motherfucking Snape!
Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched these two. That's right. Snape had the. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why we want to do the commentaries for these movies.
I
We
know.
were thinking about it, like, man, we haven't watched these movies in so long.
Guess I'm taking the polar bear challenge. Isn't that what they call it?
The ice bucket challenge.
No, that's the opposite. This would be the hairy.
You said the
challenge.
polar bear challenge.
Well, isn't that's like a real thing where it's like a charity thing where everyone strips down and they run into freezing water?
I've seen that. Was that what it's called?
I think it's something like that.
Polar bear challenge.
I don't know.
I mean,
Something
this
that
is kind of
involves
like the ice bucket
being
challenge.
very
It's
naked
extreme.
with ice.
I know, supposedly it's supposed to like help your blood circulation. I'm like, I think it actually does the
That helps
opposite.
you die. Helps
Yeah,
you
no,
get
I'm pretty sure it
hypothermia.
stops your blood circulation. God, that would be freezing.
It's so funny though, because think about it though. Obviously, if Severus put the sword there, and if he showed Harry the way with Patronus, I'm like, how did he find him?
And I like how it's trying to stop him.
Oh, I know. This must have been a rough day of shooting though.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that water is not that cold.
Oh yeah. Who is that?
See, I don't think people realize that you would freeze up in that water quick.
Oh God, yeah.
Like that's what kills you. It's you before you can even get away. Like before you drown, your muscle seize up and you can't swim. I don't think people realize that that's what happens. Like you literally lose motor control.
Look who it is.
I took off the necklace, so I'm good now. Does he have a Patronus? Yeah.
I can't think of if we've seen Ron's.
Yeah, I don't know if we have. What about Hermione?
I think Hermione's was an otter, if I remember right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because I'm an asshole.
Hey, I just saved your life. Cut me some slack.
True.
Oh yeah, this bit coming up. It's funny because they talked about having to shoot this, and what Emma Watson said for her.
For who?
This bit coming up.
I'm like, what is he saying? Because that's the same thing we said before.
It's like Hedora right here.
Poor Harry. I mean, poor Ron, too, because that's horrifying. You have a sword. Slice some shit. To be fair, I'd be peeing my pants,
Yeah.
too, I'm sure. But
Yeah, this bit right here.
oh, I forgot about
They
this.
had to film this, and it said for her.
He looks like Galadriel.
I know. Probably a similar effect.
Oh, yeah. We get some Hermione side boob.
Poor Ron.
I know.
And it's funny, apparently they were naked when they shot this.
I'm sure they had underwear on.
Yeah, but they were topless. And it's funny, they said how like embarrassing they just went for it.
Yeah,
But it's
they
funny because
did.
for her, it's like she's like, I've known him since I was like 11 years old.
I know.
He's like my brother. So she even said that for her. I think she made the joke that like, yeah, it was like kissing my brother was horrible.
Yeah.
And they asked like,
Oh, I remember that.
oh yeah, because when she kisses Rupert too, the joke is she was saying how horrible it was to kiss both these guys. It's like kissing my brother, and they asked them what was it like kissing Emma Watson. It was like that was pretty good actually because it's
Yeah.
Emma Watson. So they're just like they were cool with that because like they see the same thing we all see when we say like yeah, Emma Watson's
How is his feet not frozen to death?
pretty lady. But for her, it was like, oh god, I hated kissing them.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But they were just like, no, it was pretty cool. We were good with it.
Hey Hermione, while you were sleeping, I found your boyfriend and we killed the horcrux. Yeah, just all the
I
days.
kind of feel Danny Radcliffe got the better kiss though, because he had to be like the
Oh yeah,
hallucination.
He got the titty
passionate.
against the chest. And
Yeah,
naked,
he
like,
got the whole passion. I love this part coming up. Hey, I love it. Oh, incoming! Run!
He has a sword, Hermione.
Look at his face. Weeks, god damn. I didn't realize it was that long. Weeks, damn.
Yeah.
Now you know.
I like how they probably before they got to camp, they're like, you can never tell Hermione about what
I
this
know.
happened."
Say nothing. Yeah, as if. I always thought this was interesting.
I'm a she, not an it. I was having my special time, Ron. It was my turn under the cloak.
Wow. So it led him back then, right?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's got her. Saying all the right things. Balls of light, your voice whispering. Oh. Yeah. How funny would it be if it
Clary was trying to skinny dip in some ice.
How fun would it be if it cuts like a flashback of him rehearsing his speech, writing it
Oh, I
down?
know.
Oh shit, that sounds like crap. No, we'll try that again. It's just to get it just right.
He could have thrown in, I was a real ass.
Yeah, that might have helped.
I'm a pyromaniac.
Yeah, seriously.
Weeks?
Like how Harry was just like, yeah, no, that was good, homie. You keep going with that. You're onto something there. Balls of light through your heart, the whole bit. Yeah, I'd keep recycling that one for a little bit.
He knew that I'm kind of a coward sometimes, even though I'm Gryffindor and it's supposed to be all about bravery and shit. He's like, I don't want your fucking second-rate wand.
Again, though, like, they can use other wands, right? But isn't it, like, difficult if it's not the wand they chose? Or the one that chose?
I mean, yeah, that's the problem. When you use another person's wand, it can easily mess up the spell. Like, obviously, you just saw.
Will it eventually, like, level out, or is it one of those things?
I'm not sure.
Because in theory, you got to be able to get more than one wand. Like, you can't have it be just one wand just per person. You know what I mean?
But I think it's one of those things where you'd have to go and get, like, a match, so to speak, again.
Find another one suited like you.
I think it's kind of be like you're attuned to your wand.
Yeah, wasn't like eyeglasses. Like if you need glasses, but people are kind of like have bad vision. And it's kind of a weird comparison, but like different degrees of it.
Well,
like
yeah,
it's not like
it's a very
one pair
particular.
of one prescription fits anyone. It's like you have to kind of have one. So even if you break your glasses, you can get another one that'll match you, but you have to get another one.
I mean,
like
if
that.
you're talking like people that just buy readers in the grocery store, that's one thing. But if
no, but I'm just trying to make the comparison. Like, for instance, you wear glasses, and my mom wore glasses, and I put on your glasses, and it really messes up my vision. Whereas I put on my mom's glasses, and it was weird, but in a different way.
Oh, really?
You guys both have correct spectacles, but it was different.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. That kind of how a wand is, where it's like, yeah,
I'm assuming, yeah.
Like a prescription. You need this kind of wand specifically, so we need to get you another one.
Well, again,
like
it's like
this.
you saw when Harry went to get his wand in the first one. You know,
Oh, this part right here. That's how you know it's love.
I know.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was trying out different wands, and it was all going, ooh, Miss Happy awry. And then they got him the one, and it like worked. I love those like weird kite things in the air.
I know.
Love how a lot of witches and
He's
wizards.
like, oh God, why did you guys have to show
I know. Oh.
I love how you can tell something's wrong now.
Yeah. It's so disheveled.
I know.
But it again, I'm gonna. Oh God, I'm not gonna say it. You guys are not gonna take a shot right now. I've never really put it together recently, but like, look at her father and Luna's hair color. They're, I guess, would be technically from a very, very pure line of witch and wizards, right?
Yeah.
So ironically enough, her family would probably normally be safe because they have that hair.
Yeah,
color.
But because of
This
they're
is-
kind of both eccentric, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah.
and that's what's gotten them in so much trouble, that they've been outspoken.
But again, I'm just trying to say, like, sure, like, okay, like this, when Hitler kind of retrofitted what the Aryan race was, people who were born with blonde hair, blue eyes, and asked to be a part of that. He just decided that's what it was supposed to look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Read to us, Hermione. Shut up, Ron.
Look at her face. The sheer annoyance. Yep.
I love how they did this so it's so
Yeah.
cool.
I know. I love how they made it this really kind of stylized caricature. It was like marionettes. He looks so cool. He kind of looks like Count not Count Dooku, General Grievous from the Star Wars prequels. If you look at him,
Jeez, yeah.
is that the Philosopher's Stone?
Philosopher's Stone was made by Nicholas Flamel, remember?
Oh, that's right. I love it's like a piece of his.
I know.
I love how they do the silhouette though of the skull underneath the.
Yeah. Murder.
Again,
Admittedly, it's one of those things where I never realized that looking at it is clearly Dumbledore's wand, but unless you really like memorize what it looks like.
But they never really focused too much on it. It's one of the things where you looked at it, but because you never knew you were supposed to look at it.
Oh, and everybody had kind of specialized.
Yeah, exactly. It's just.
It's like the worst one, I think.
I know. I like how they did that. Like,
I know.
Death is collecting them. That's kind of nice how they do that. I love how they do this whole.
Yeah. You stupid boy. I'm kind of like, you literally have it on your necklace. You could have just, like, shown me, but.
Again, I just love the. That's also think it's a nice like visual for the audience.
Yeah.
But it's like not anyone can use it, right? The Elder Wand. It's like any other kind of wand; it has to be compatible, right?
I think somewhat. I mean.
Or is the Elder Wand like just super special, like just like basically a weapon, where it's like
Yeah.
it's not like a normal wand. And that's one of the reasons why it makes it so dangerous too. Is like anyone can pick it up and like cause problems.
Oh, we know who has that.
Yeah. But here's my question. So that's a cool story. Is that true though? Is that
Obviously.
how they actually came to be, or is that like kind of like the myth behind these artifacts? Like there's a real way they came into being, but there's like a legend behind them, like Death Cloak and or were they basically created by witches and wizards way back when? But it's like there's like a legend behind it, but you know what I mean? Like you see what I'm saying?
Inspiration for the story. Yeah. It said that family was the original owners of the Hallows, the Deathly Hallows, and were inspiration for the story. So I don't know if it's necessarily true.
That's what I'm saying. This kind of feels like, the legend behind the truth. I mean, it's like the reality kind of fan. It's still a cool story. I love the story.
Yeah.
How jumpy he is.
Mm-hmm. Poor guy. And think just how long. Yikes.
Yeah. You could tell right away there was
yeah.
something off.
And it's just sad, because after the mom died, that Luna is his world, too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So even though,
But again, it's a lot like Draco's mom. It's like they're both kind of serving a cause. They're on the opposite ends of it, yet they're willing to kind of damage or put risk to that cause for the love of their children. Like Draco's mom was going behind everyone else's back to do something to protect Draco. She didn't care about Draco being part of a master plan. She wanted him to be safe. That was more important. Him, we serve Dumbledore, we'll serve you. It's all about, the cause. But the second his daughter comes into play, he's willing to sell out the entire cause and the whole world for his daughter. That's the thing. Their parents first.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of like how you're seeing it on both sides, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of like, you guys know you're not supposed to kill him, right? So what if one of you accidentally does kill him?
But do they know that, though?
Yeah.
Voldemort knows that now, right?
Remember at the beginning, he said, because Bellatrix wanted to be the one to do it, and he's like, no, it has to be me.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I like how you're basically seeing it now. Like, at the end of the day, and it sure shows you, like, we're all supposed to be so different, but in reality...
Hello.
Yeah, see, there's Fenrir over there.
Yeah.
They know they were going to be there, or...
I'm not sure. Time to run!
But yeah, no, that's my thing. It's like...
Yeah, I forgot they were called Snatchers.
For everything that's different, you realize at the end of the day, on both sides, a lot of what really matters to people is the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for everything we try to put up that says how different we are from other people, we're actually a lot more alike. Again, you have parents on both sides who all they care about is their children.
Yeah. By the way, I like how Ron lost his bag.
Ron has trouble in these situations. Ooh.
Ouch. Yikes. Nimble.
I know.
Very nimble.
These are the parkour wizards.
Right?
See? Wouldn't Avada Kedavra be really helpful right now?
I know.
But it's wrong.
Why not just grab each other and disapparate?
Oh, to the face. Is that him?
Mm-hmm. So that's him now.
But see, he had the accent. He's like an...
Thanks, buddy.
Then again, we only heard him say one line in the new movie, so that maybe he does have an English accent.
God, I forgot how
I know.
messed up his face gets.
But it's kind of funny because Grindelwald was basically Voldemort before Voldemort, from what I understand. If I or yeah, almost had a similar goal, basically. It's weird how they came kind of like mini dreadlocks.
I know.
Did he have that before?
I don't think so. I think he just had normal hair before.
It's funny if you notice Fenrir, his makeup is more pronounced now.
Ew. What?
Like his makeup, Fenrir, he looks a little bit more creaturey now. Like the texture of his skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks different a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe in their downtime, the Snatchers like to do each other's hair.
But no, I mean like his face, the makeup, he's a lot more
Yeah.
like the texture of his skin.
Gonna take him to the spooky house.
I love the look of it though.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very like imposing feel to it. I like the music right here too.
Yeah.
It's kind of different for Harry Potter. Very kind of percussion heavy. She's like, why'd you bring me an ugly child? Oh.
I love how she's like, fuck off, Dad.
I love how again he's fallen so far out of favor. And again, look how he is with like, so pomp and certain like titles, like they're
Yeah.
so aristocratic. Title and position means everything to them.
What's wrong with this bars?
And that's the thing.
Obviously, if he's, with... That's the thing. I think Draco doesn't want to say.
That's my point.
But...
Because at the end of the day, Draco was never evil. You know what I mean? He was just a brat. But again, I don't think he...
You don't fuck with her.
But again, I always thought that like Fenrir was like with them though. Like it seems like weird now he's like with these people.
I know he's a lot more involved in the books. I think they just kind of threw him in the movies doing something for the sake of
or is it
him.
because he probably like he's like a gun for hire basically? Like that's why they want him on the mission to take. Well, again, if that's the thing, maybe that's not why they had him join them with the team to take out Dumbledore. Was like, all right, we need we need some serious muscle.
Yeah. Look who it is.
She's just like, hey, Harry.
You look great.
I know. God, I love how she's just this torturous woman.
Yeah. Poor Hermione.
There's Warwick Davis again.
Oh. Never change, Luna.
I know. I just love how no matter what, you never see her mood change. God. I love his metal hand though.
I know. It looks much nicer than the weird CG hand they gave him before.
Yeah. Oh God, I remember that.
Yeah.
God, I forgot how cells have a.
They're powerful.
But that's the thing; they don't even need like wands or anything. So technically, they're more in tune magically than even a human, right?
Yeah.
I wonder. I wonder if I know. I'm kind of wondering: is that why maybe they originally were enslaved to begin with? Because maybe they're afraid of them. Because think how powerful they are.
Yeah.
Remember when what's his face tried to do Avada Kedavra on Harry and Cherry, and who just stopped him like no problem? Because technically,
He's really dumb.
Fucking kill him.
Shut the door.
But it's just yeah. But again, it's funny because technically Dobby doesn't even need a wand. Like he's just that in tune with magic.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think how powerful they are, though. Technically.
I love how his face is slowly like the swelling.
Yeah. Like the spell is slowly wearing off.
Poor Hermione.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me think of like the tattoos and numbers that the Jews would get in the camps. They would like give them like serial numbers.
Yeah.
But for them, it was like a mark of shame too, because it was like we were reduced to numbers. That's all we were. You know what I mean? Yeah, you take that.
I like how Lucius forgot he didn't have a wand.
I know. Again, I like how the mom too. It's like again, she just really feels like she's just like, oh gosh, she does not want to be.
God damn it.
I know. Yeah, Bellatrix has no relation to them, right?
No, she was Sirius's cousin,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So,
but pure blood families.
yeah,
I'm sure they stick together.
but it's funny that not all of them have the blonde hair.
Yeah. I came in like a.
He just slowly starts screaming,
I know.
and they're all just staring. Then again, I forget Dobby would have worked in this house.
Oh yeah.
What a bitch!
I
Draco's
know.
such a bitch.
And the mom's just like, oh, I just want out of this. I love that. It's so free.
No master. I love it. And I love how proud of it. I love how they do that shot like, oh, will it go
Yeah.
in? I love that you never know where they're going to end up. They're far away, I take it now, right?
They're not super far away.
Well, yeah, but
Not
everyone.
almost.
Oh, he looks so pathetic in those big shoes.
I know. Again, honestly, I mean, I get why she did it, but I'm like, for an elf, that would be dire. But if it hit one of them, it would have been like, yeah, that sucks. But remember when Ron's arm was all fucked up?
Well, can't. Oh, I guess Hermione doesn't have her bag anymore.
Oh yeah.
But then again, it's a more severe injury. He probably has like organs. It was struck.
Well, yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Because he's so tiny.
Well, yeah. Think about that. That's like that'd be like having a sword go through you.
Yeah.
And again, it was Ron's arm. It's not hitting anything like no organs, no nothing life-threatening. It just hurts bad. Oh. But even though he died, it's one of those things. Dobby, in his death, has more freedom than most of his life.
Yeah.
He died. This is how he chose to die.
He effectively just saved the world because he saved Harry. So.
Exactly, Dobby the hero, as opposed to having just lived a long life of just servitude. And again, for Harry, here's again somebody who died for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's weird. Now he could be sleeping. Luna would say that.
I know, it's sweet of her. She's trying.
And they're just like... And again, it sucks because obviously, for better or for worse, in terms of the books, Dobby was there for a long time. But, in the movies, obviously, they didn't include him in every single one. But they've known him for a while now.
Well, that's the thing. He's kind of... And in the movies, they made it look like I haven't seen him in years. Or since Chamber of Secrets, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, in the books, he had more... I think I remember, there was more off and on kind of...
Yeah, he was in the fourth book a lot.
But again, it's like with the movies, they have to kind of like decide what they keep, what they don't.
Yeah.
Again, I think if we do another Harry Potter adaptation, they're probably going to do it as like some kind of series, because then you can really...
include all this stuff.
Yeah. Again, I think in terms of movies, these are probably some of the best adaptations you're going to get. I mean, they're even closer adaptations than like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I mean, these are probably the best, the closest, most faithful adaptations of book to movie, or really just source material to movie, I would say.
Yeah.
But even then, they had to omit some stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless they were going to do like every movie, like at least a two-parter.
Oh, God.
That would have really been the only way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a part of this was, financially motivated on part of the studio. But at the same time, if they're going to wrap up the franchise, I think they want to make sure they kind of get everything wrapped up. So they want to make it... Oh, yeah. Feels like Middle Earth right here.
I know.
I love how Dumbledore got his own private island as a grave.
With a weirdly modern looking...
I know! That doesn't really fit the aesthetic.
No. Part of me is like, did you guys, like, forget you had to animate that and just decide to make it plain? I don't know. I feel like it'd be all, like relief sculpture.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
very just, like modern architecture, which is strange. Yep, buried with... Even though I'm like, was it wise to bury him with it?
I feel like the wand was white before. Maybe it was that darker color. But...
Or my cold, dead fingers. Yeah, so I guess anyone can use it. That's probably one of the reasons why it makes it so dangerous, because it wasn't meant for any one person. That's a cool effect.
I know. The interesting thing is, though, he doesn't fuck up Dumbledore, even though he's dead.
Again, Dumbledore was that scary to him in life.
I know.
But there we have it, folks. Our commentary for Harry Potter's and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. But we're not done yet. No. Because we will be back for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Until then, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace!
Peace!